Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash Season 6, and this is going to be my trailer breakdown for episode 18 for this season, otherwise entitled Pay the Piper. But here's the trailer and we'll break it down afterwards.
There's a new speedster. He's a threat to the whole city. I have to face him. You don't have a lot of speed. I have to try.
Sounds violent. I'm in.
Barry!
The Flash, new episode next Tuesday at 8/7 Central, only on the CW.
So yeah, last episode was arguably one of the best episodes of the season, if not for some, the best. Some people do think it was the best. I'm probably putting it in my top 3. It was a really, really good episode, which saw the conclusion of the Mirror Iris arc, if you want to call it. Not the end of the Mirror Master arc with Eva McCulloch, but the end of the Mirror Iris one, which has been going since, I guess, episode 11 roughly, even though it hasn't been like a major focus over every episode. That's pretty much when it started. But of course, one of the big things that happened in the last episode was the reintroduction of Bloodwork, who of course we knew was in Argus, but we never actually visited him again in Argus. We'd heard like Caitlin had gone, and I think even Cisco might have gone to Argus once as well with Caitlin, but we never gone ourselves there. We went there twice, there for like a cool introduction thing, and then to actually have a full-on thing with him where he said he was playing the long game, but also gave Iris some of his blood to help, or Mirror Iris some of his blood to help with Eva. But of course, when Mirror Iris chucks away the vial, even though it looks when she chucks at the mirror that all of it goes on there, when she chucks the vial down on top of like a chessboard, I think it is, there's still some blood in there. So that's going to come back into play, whether it's this episode or maybe it was meant to come back into play in like episode 20. Who knows if we even see it this season or if it's going to play into next season. We'll have to wait and see, but it's in the episode. They set something up. But yeah, before we go over this trailer, we'll quickly go over the synopsis or description for this episode, as it does give us a lot more context as to what's going on in the episode. But of course, throughout the video, it would be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. It would be greatly appreciated if you do that, especially during this time. And of course, let me know all of your various opinions in the comment section down below. What are you looking forward to most in this episode? What catches your eye? Now, did I miss out anything major from the trailer? Let me know any of that in the comment section down below. When Godspeed returns, Barry turns to Hartley Rathaway for help. However, things get tense quickly after Barry realizes one of the changes from Crisis is that the Flash and Pied Piper are now enemies. Meanwhile, Iris tries to escape the Mirrorverse. There's a new speedster and he is a threat to the whole city. Now this is said by your boy, Barry Allen, and of course he is talking about the one and only Godspeed. He is, well, is he the one and only Godspeed? As I'm sure most of us remember, Godspeed at the beginning of this season was attached to a bunch of clones. I think the one we met in episode 1 was like the 3rd or 4th one that Team Flash and Barry had encountered. But they were weird to say the least, as they didn't speak, they just like screeched extremely loud with this like weird noise. Now, there has been talk since Crisis happened whether Godspeed's origin and position on Earth Prime would be different, and it is hard to tell from this trailer exactly what's going on, but it is made out as if Godspeed is new, that potentially those clones never happened, which might please a lot of people, but would also make people wonder what the hell was the point of them in episode 1. Are we not going to get an explanation to the clones? It would make sense that they were connected to black holes, so I would like to think that the clones are still somewhat canon to the events of this season. But maybe the Godspeed we're facing in this episode is the OG the Godspeed, and he is what the clones are being copied from. But why they are cloning Godspeed is another question itself that comes from that as well. It'll be interesting to find out what happens there, but it would be weird if they just scrapped the clone stuff, because why do it if you're not going to do anything with it in the future? It seems a bit really weird. We then have Barry saying, I have to face him, with Cisco then saying that Barry doesn't have a lot of speed, which of course we know he doesn't. He was conserving in last episode, otherwise he would have taken out the Mirror Iris pretty quickly. However, the trailers sometimes do this with dialogue. Barry could be talking about someone else in this instance, that someone else, being Pied Piper potentially, who of course the episode is titled after, and who of course features in the synopsis for the episode. It is pretty weird that he is not in the trailer at all. I don't think we even got like one frame with Pied Piper in it. There is some stuff that relates to him, which we will jump into in a second, but we don't actually see him in the trailer. It will be interesting to see whether there is more Godspeed in this episode or more Pied Piper, because the trailer would make you think it's all Godspeed, which is sort of the opposite of the episode from last season where Godspeed first appeared, which I think had no Godspeed in the trailer, even though the episode was called Godspeed. Sometimes weird things happen with all this stuff. This episode's called Pay the Piper. There's no Pied Piper in the trailer. It's weird. But anyway, we do see a lot of Godspeed running around with his white lightning, which does look pretty damn cool. Sometimes when it flickers off him, it looks a bit weird, but that was mainly in the episode from last season because there was a lot of like white rooms that he was standing in, because I guess bright white rooms equals the future, I guess. But in this trailer, and I'm sure in the episode in general, there are a lot of shots of him at night with like complete darkness behind him. So his white lightning, looks pretty damn cool due to that. Now, there are a couple of shots where Barry is in this like random ass house, like looks a bit run down, almost looks like Cicada's house from last season, where he seems to be like creeping around and also getting thrown around at the same time. Now, in none of these shots do we actually see Godspeed or any of his lightning or even really Barry using his speed either. It's just him in the Flash suit. Now, this could be maybe where Godspeed calls home. That's a likely situation, a possible situation. However, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest or too much, if you want to call it, if maybe this is Pied Piper's hideout or base, and maybe even where his team hides out, whatever it might be. It looks like somewhere that a villain would call home, especially like a person who's robbing banks and like jewelry stores like Pied Piper. It looks like somewhere where they would, call home, if you want to call it. And it wouldn't surprise me if this is a scene where Barry asks Hartley Rathaway or Pied Piper for help in taking down Godspeed. I would have to think that maybe Pied Piper's like sonic abilities and stuff like that is the reason that Barry would need him, as they could potentially affect Godspeed greatly in regards to his speed or even like just how he gets his speed and everything like that. But yeah, it could be Godspeed's hideout, but I could really see this being Pied Piper's. Let me know who you think it belongs to, because it's definitely one of them. There's a reason Barry's here. There's a reason he's sneaking around. It's one of them, I think. Now, in regards to Godspeed and when he is running around, there are a lot of shots of him in the trailer at least, in Star Labs running around. Now, there is one where he is, I think, in one of the medical bays by the looks of it, and he runs away from it, and Barry seems like really annoyed when he does run away. He's like, oh no, he got away. And then there are a few shots of him running in the area where I think that's the area where the orb thing, like the thing from last episode was. I think that was like helping them with the creation of the new Speed Force. So I am wondering whether they plan on using Godspeed to help start up the new Speed Force, almost like a battery or power source. Like, I don't think at the beginning of the episode they are thinking, let's hunt an evil speedster to help us power this new Speed Force. But once Godspeed comes into the fold and he appears, they might decide to use him as like a tool to start up this new Speed Force potentially. Like, it might be like Nash or Cisco that goes, hey, while we got him here, why don't we use him? This could be like the solution to our problems. And they do all this while taking him down. Like, that's a possibility. But then again, he might be after something in Star Labs himself. Star Labs might have Velocity X, which he might need and stuff, which is why he's in here. Like, in general with the episode, I am just interested to see what they do with Godspeed in this episode and whether they change his origin and maybe even his identity. Because, of course, from last season, he was in the future. Now he's in present day. Is he a different person or is it the same person? And due to Crisis, do they exist in present day now rather than the future? We'll have to wait and find out. I think we're all intrigued by it, but yeah. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, there is talk whether Godspeed features later down the track. This episode should explain it. They have a really cool suit for him, so it seems like it's a bit of a waste when he doesn't appear frequently. But then again, like, he's a speedster. Which speeds do you prefer? Like Reverse Flash, Godspeed. So I guess it gets like I guess it's got to get like juggled which one appears more and stuff. So this episode should clarify whether we're going to be seeing more Godspeed in the future. Now, obviously, other stuff happening in this episode, as you can tell by the synopsis, is Iris and the Mirror World. She's going to hopefully be getting out in this episode. It does sound like she will, especially because Eva got out in the previous episode. So I don't think they'd keep Iris in there by herself too long. I don't think they'd do that. We should assume that she meets with Camilla and probably Captain Singh as well. The thing with Captain Singh is that his mirror clone is still alive. He's the only one left alive. So Camilla died, ran into the thing and killed herself. And Iris obviously died as well, the mirror version. So Singh's the only one left alive. Eva might have more uses for him because he is such a high figure in Central City. So maybe something happens to Singh. Maybe he gets killed because Eva needs the mirror version. We'll have to wait and find out. That's intriguing. But I'd say Iris gets out this episode. But they might leave it till 19. We'll have to wait and find out. And the other thing happening in this episode, which isn't in the synopsis, or we should assume happens in this episode, is Caitlin goes to her mother for help from stuff that was set up last episode. I'd guess she goes with Ralph because Cisco and Nash are with Barry in this episode. So I would say probably Ralph goes with Caitlin. But then again, they might do that in 19. But Danielle Panabaker, the last episode she filmed before she went to go have a baby, was 19. So they got all of her stuff done for this season by episode 19. So you'd have to think they go to her mother in episode 18 or 19. But definitely before we finish this season, because obviously 19 is the finale for us now. But yeah, guys, I'm interested by this episode. They don't really, as I said, they don't show any Pied Piper, so you don't really get anything of, I guess, what's going on there. No interactions there. Maybe they wanted to keep that a secret, even though he's in the synopsis and the title's named after him. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm intrigued to see what they do here, what they do with Godspeed to set him up, because I know people really like the character. So I'm intrigued to see just what they do in general with him. And yeah, second last episode of the season as well. So one more episode after this. Pretty crazy. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on what we went over in this trailer breakdown. What catches your eye most from the trailer? What are you looking forward to the most? Let me know all of that in the comment section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Goodbye.